It's Crypto Lovers Trading Group. Hope everybody's doing well. It's almost 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time here in the U.S. We were talking Altcoin Tuesday. Obviously, we're really talking about correlation, right? Correlated altcoins to Bitcoin, correlated altcoins to Ethereum. If you're talking about this decentralized finance, like we were earlier in our previous video with YFI, we are now going to talk about Matic. And obviously, Matic has been caught in that. If you look at the daily, it's an horrendous chart, like a descending triangle is forming on the daily. But it's pretty much mirrors all of crypto. Like, they've been caught up since, May 19th, really. We're about a month removed, obviously, from the first, bloodbath, many people have called it, during that May 19th to May 23rd stretch. And after hitting an all-time high of like around a little bit under 290, depending on what exchange you're on, Matic got caught up in that bloodbath and, declined by, on some exchanges, upwards of 70%. I think so. Like, now you got to look at it. And what we have is some new news. Obviously, you want to look at that. You want to look at what's coming up. But if you follow me, I've been bullish on Matic at Matic VeChain, for example, for the better part of 6 to 8 months. I mean, like in terms of introducing people to the projects, to the protocols, to what's happening in terms from a developer perspective. Okay. And what the developer community is talking about, not the YouTube community and not the YouTube content influencers. Okay. They lag behind. They don't lead. Okay. In terms of reality. I mean, they can put, YouTubers can shill a coin and make it move higher, of course, because they have 500,000, 700,000 subscribers, whatever. And people buy, but ultimately those people end up getting hurt if they don't get out at the top. I mean, we've repeatedly seen that. I'm talking about the developer community, the DApp community, people that are in that community that talk about these alt projects, okay, these altcoins, and these protocols and these new, depending on additions and layers and solutions for layer 2 and all these things in the Ethereum decentralized finance community. That's what I'm talking about, okay? And, Matic's kind of beloved, okay, in terms of what it's doing for side chains, what it's doing for scalability for the future. And obviously you may have heard or you may not have heard, depending on where you're getting your information from. Again, we are in the middle of another move on impacting the blockchain with the Avail, okay? Avail. And what in reference is that doing for layer 2, as a solution, as a scalability solution, impacting, the network and side chains and all that. It's all about data availability, hence the term Avail, okay, in terms of a tool for that, okay. Everything is about scaling the blockchain, okay, and in order to do that, it's all about data, all right. It's all about how much, how fast, what's a transaction going to be, how long are things going to take. This is what we talk about when we talk about scaling, okay. Side chain, how a side chain, can get involved, pull transactional data, pull it from the blockchain. That's really what you're really looking at in terms of how are these transactions organized and how is the data being taken from the blockchain, be guaranteed, right? The verification process for the application. How are you going to ensure that availability, right, of the transactional data? How are you going to ensure the order of the transaction on the blockchain, right? And all that involves consensus and some other things, that basically get into developer speak. But what is the solution is what you want to be looking at with a lot of these altcoins, okay? You want to be able to read transactions, right? That's the whole point, and quickly, right? Via these dApps, right? And that's really what Matic serves, and its partnerships are second to none. But you also have to look at the technical level, and it's been in a like I said, ascending trial. We're looking on the 4-hour here, but we're above the shorter moving averages, which is definitely bullish for me. We've got 3 targets coming up, 120, 140, 160. I think that Matic is going to hit, the first one being 120 channel. Then you see these marked here is what we want to look at. It's currently, as I said, about a $7 billion value. I think that's right above Theta Networks, I think, in the space. But again, it looks as if the consolidation is ending for Matic.